Hear this, the Philippines' first ever podcast festival is all set tomorrow as Anima Studios brings us here for it. And to tell us more about this exciting festival, joining us this morning is the head of Anima Podcasts, Mel Alcaraz. Good morning to you, Mel.
Morning, Christine. Hi, everyone.
Lovely to have you here. Well, Anima Studios, incredible, making the country's first ever podcast festival. I mean, I would have thought we would have had a festival by now, but I can't believe it is the first festival to ever happen. What made you think of it?
So there are right now 16 million podcast listeners here in the Philippines. There are over 5,000 shows locally. There's an absolute fandom for podcasts right now. It's what people listen to when they go to work, when they are at work, when they're working out, etc. So we wanted to kind of give a platform for all creators and fans and communities to get together and just celebrate this wonderful medium.
I mean, okay, let's zoom out just a little bit. I mean, like you said, I mean, we really saw a huge boom in the podcast industry, especially like during the pandemic. I mean, tell me a little bit about the podcasting industry. What's it like here in the Philippines? I mean, you said it is, growing leaps and bounds, but is it much easier or harder now to go and just make a podcast? I mean, how do you curate the podcast as well?
This is how easy it is to make a podcast. My 10-year-old daughter has classmates with podcasts right now on Spotify. It's so easy to mount, it's so easy to produce, and it's so easy to listen to because you don't need ears and eyes. You just need ears, and you can lean back and listen and enjoy listening to content and stories.
That's right. Okay, so now you put this whole festival together here for it. Lineup. Tell me about the lineup of speakers. I understand it is pretty packed, and that seems to be an understatement, just saying you had like 16,000 or so podcasts that's out there and ready and available. Who are we expecting tomorrow?
So we wanted this to be a true meeting of all superstars of podcasts. We have Bianca Gonzalez with Paano Ba To, with special guest Tito Boy Abunda, directors Antoinette Hadaune and JP Habak of Ang Walang Kwentang Podcast. Wake Up with Jim and Sab. The hosts are Jim Bacaro and Sab Magalana. We have Ali Sangalang of the Lina Lina Show. And of course, the Cool Pals, the popular Cool Pals group with GB Labrador, James Caraan, Nonong Balinaan, and many more. It's just really a meeting of superstars and communities that support these stars.
And for all those, that are still attempted or wanting to put up their own podcast, will there be topics? I mean, what are the topics that they will be discussing? Will they be able to share the secrets in making a successful podcast? And also the technical side, I mean, equipment, what do we need?
Filipinos love kwentuhan. We're naturally maritasas. We love chismes. We love to get together with friends. And Pinoys, the popular shows here are talk shows, obviously. Talk shows with friends, talk shows with artistas. The next popular genres are horror and mental health. It's something that we all care about in this country. How easy is it to mount a podcast? Honestly, when I started our podcast with Quark, we just had our phones and we just spoke into our phones, and then we just put it together and uploaded it on Spotify via Anchor. That easy.
I mean, Mel, you make it sound so easy, but I know it isn't. I mean, what would you say? I mean, you've been doing this for some time. What would be the biggest challenge for you? So us new timers, we can keep that in mind if ever we do get enough guts to put on our own podcast.
I would say the biggest challenge is regularity. A podcast is like any other show where you have to release content weekly or else your audience drops off. And it's the kind of consistency to find the right guest, the topic, and an audience on a regular that's a tough part, but it's getting there.
Okay, I mean, definitely something for everyone. Mel, do invite. Where will the festival be held, and is it for free? Can we just walk in?
It is free. It's going to be tomorrow, October 20th at the Glorieta Palm Drive. Program starts at noon, and it starts with, I believe it's Paano Kung or Queer Tuhan opening the show. It's going to be super fun. Again, it's absolutely free. There are listening booths where you can enjoy podcasts. There's a sound booth where you can record your own podcast and kind of try this medium. And there's, of course, fan meetings with our creators as well. Come on over. Christine, come over.
I will. You definitely thought about everything. Lovely having you here. Nice speaking with you here on the show. And we're all set for Here For It Festival happening tomorrow. Once again, Mel, maraming salamat. Thank you for joining us here on New Day. All the best.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.